when you have a settled couple, kids are out, no more grandkids, whatever, they know how to behave at the table. They don't draw, they don't scratch the table, whatever.
Well, it depends on their friends.
It depends on their friends. Okay, but that's the other thing. When they know what characteristics their table has, they can, after 5-10 years, they can tell you a story about their life on the table.
I love that. Yeah.
That was the baptism of our grandchild. This was my 55th birthday. This was our whatever birthday.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's like a photo album of your life as
the
a family.
Table shows a story. You have to imagine stones are between 50 million, 100 million, 500 million years old or older. It depends where they have been. Typical granite, there isn't, it's very hard, it's very compressed. If you go for soft stones like this one here, you see that 100 million years ago, it was broken in several pieces. And then because water is running through, carrying minerals, they crystallize inside these open gaps. And all these cracks are healed. So like a scar.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see it, you can feel it, but it's healed. You don't have to be afraid that the stone is fragile. We talk about veins because a crack would be something like this. A crack is a damage.
Yes.
So you feel that. It's razor blade sharp. If you go over here and you feel that, that's a damage. And this is why we talk about these things. We talk about a vein. Here, for example, it's filled with iron. And iron reacts over these millions of years with water and oxygen. And then you have iron oxide, and that's the brown introducing to the surrounding of the stone, for example. This was open gaps. So what we do is we crack some stone, we put some color in if necessary with some glue and fill up the open gaps.
Okay.
Yes.
This is with some stones. Most of the stones are quite consistent, so no holes. If you have soft stones like this one or this one, we carve them from the underside about 8 millimeters. We put some fiberglass stripes into, we glue them in, polish over, and have a very stabilized surface there. That's always the decision of our stonemasons.
Yeah.
They see what kind of table is it, where is the metal frame, where's the metal support, and what is standing over. If it's necessary, they do it like this.
Fantastic. Bit of engineering.
There may be some pores occurring, like this one here. So these are little gas bubbles which are in the material, and when you cut it, you may hit one of these bubbles. And they're so flat that when you put some filling in it, and you have to polish over, it won't stick. It comes out. It comes out.
Right.
Yeah. So this may be something.
And that's just a natural.
That's a natural
part of the material.
Design. Yeah, for sure. That's the polished version. That's the matte finish, and that's the leathered one. So the leathered one has this perhaps from the side.
You can actually see that.
You can see that.
Yes,
So you see the texture in all these different layers. Regarding the matte honed and the polished one, we use grinding material like this metal, and you can see these particles here, the gray particles which are here, a little bit of glimmering. They may be diamonds, it depends what stone we are processing, or you use these polishing stones also with some polishing or grinding crystals in it. And then it depends what stone is it. Is it a hard stone? Is it a soft stone? Which one is it? And then we polish the stone in 6-7 steps. So every step we take one of these polishing material, and each step we take another one which is finer. So we start from the very rough one, go to the next step, go to the next step, or the last step is then the felt polishing. So we go from very rough to very fine in 6 steps to get a very smooth and very shiny surface. The matte honed surface is we stop 2 steps before. We don't use the fine polishing and the felt polishing, so we stop here 2 steps before. So we have more or less the same grade like this one, but the shine is not on the surface. For the leathered surface, we use plastic and steel brushes. So you can see that's quite a hard plastic brush, fiberglass brush. So we brush out the softer areas of the stone, and then in another 4 to 6 steps, we take softer brushes till the end where we have very soft ones just to smoothen the surface. These are 2 tools, and you can see there are some diamonds in it. So these little points here, these are the grinding material in the metal. And also here you can see that that's for the edge, for example. You have very little particles here.
Oh yeah, you see.
Yeah, okay. And this, for example, that's the tool which is about 500 to 700 euros, one piece, which we can use, depending on the hardness degree of the stones, between 3 and 5 tables.
Wow.
And then it's gone.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. People, when they talk about red wine, they always think about 2 things. One thing is the color in the stone, and the most important thing is the acid damage, these typical matte rings and stains on the surface. So if I put red wine on a granite, and while I'm talking, we can leave the red wine there, and I put some red wine over here on a soft stone. It's a Nero Machina, polished side, and we put it on a soft stone, leathered. Immediately right after the contact between the stone and the liquid, which contains acid like bubble water, lemon juice, fruit, vinegar, wine.
Yeah.
So if you look now for the hard stone, just try it.
Oh wow.
So there is no stain, nothing.
And even say an hour later,
Nothing.
Yes.
Hard stones do not contain lime.
Okay.
That's why they don't react.
Okay.
But all the limestones and the marbles, they're pretty much the same.
Yes.
They contain lime or calcite.
Yes.
Now I can see
You
it.
can see the shape of the slime.
Here you can see it much more.
Yeah.
You can see that?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you look at the hard stones, there is no reaction. It doesn't matter if polished, leathered, or matte honed. So
Right.
there is no reaction on the
yes.
hard stone with acid, with liquid.
Okay.
If you move on to the soft stones, then it depends what surface you have.
Yes.
If you have a glossy polished surface, and then you get these typical matte rings, these stains, that's the new one.
Yes.
They're on the surface. You have to take that top to a stonemason with a big polishing desk and repolish it.
Yes.
But you don't do that every year. You can do that after 8 or 10 years, and then you get a brand new stone top back.
Okay.
No scratches, no stains, no
Nothing.
color, nothing. It comes back brand new.
Yeah.
And if you look at that, I don't know, it depends a little bit
I
on
can
the
see
light.
it.
Yeah, you
Yes,
see it
yes,
here.
I can see it.
So what you do is you take this sponge, and so you can compare it to solid wood which is oiled. Once you
Yes.
have on solid wood, you have a stain, you sand it with fine sandpaper, and you re-oil it. The same process we do now with the stone. We take this sponge, we sand it. You see, powder is coming off, stone is coming off. We just do the spot,
Just the spot.
and then we go a little bit wider
To
get
blend it.
Yeah,
Sort of.
yeah.
Okay.
We clean it dry. Then we take our stain stop, which is kind of a oil wax liquid, and we re-impregnate the stone.
And then do you need to do the whole table?
You It depends what stone it is. Normally it's sufficient to go over the spot and then just wipe it dry a little wider in a wider area. And this till it dries out. Steel wool just to get it more matte with a satin shine.
And the more pattern you have in the stone, the less that you notice anything like this. The
Yeah,
more
the more
flat the
pattern you
colour,
have, the easier it
easier
is.
it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
The more lighter the stone, the less you see.
Yeah.
The darker the stone, black marble, the more you see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you'll find.
Wow. Look.
Oh, wow. See, that's impressive.
Yes.
Great. And that's part of that stone care kit.
Yeah. This is the care kit which we deliver with every table. So there's a spray inside which has a cleaning and an impregnation. So there is this one also in the spray, but mixed with a cleaning detergent and water. So you can spray the table 2 to 4 times a year. You clean it and then you polish it dry. So you have a renewing of the surface. It's getting more protected again, and you clean it. So these 2 things we do with this package. And this is delivered with every dining table. Every stone surface is treated with this stain stop, which prevents liquids to soak into the stone.
So they are treated.
And this is without, and this is with. And when you spray water on it, you can see immediately, here it stays like on a lotus leaf, and here it soaks immediately into the stone.
So every table is treated before it leaves
Yes.
the workshop.
Wow.
So,
Wow.